Hey everybody, this is David at Barnyard Bees. Just wanted to show you how many bees are on this and the different, there's bumblebees, big old giant bumblebees, along with honeybees, all over our blueberry bushes. This is what, if you as a farmer, homesteader, permaculture, whatever you're into, if you don't have at least one hive in your yard, you're really missing out on a chance to get a lot more fruit and vegetables from these bees. The bumblebees, you know, thank goodness that there is bumblebees. A lot of people don't think about that. A lot of people talk about honeybees and would lose a lot of our food source, but these, if it wasn't for these bumblebees, think about that, if it wasn't for these bumblebees that are actually stepping in and doing a job that honeybees used to do, but the number of them, it's the number that affects. Like, you can look on here and there's 10 or 20 to 1 honeybees over bumblebees. So you can see that the number is why it's so important to have a lot of honeybees, because it's just the numbers. The bumblebees absolutely help, but they're just not enough of them. But a lot of people don't talk about the honey or the bumblebees and their importance, but very, very important as well. You can see this morning there wasn't a whole lot, because it was still kind of cool, and just like I've always said in previous videos, if you just come out of a rain, you're not going to get a whole lot of pollen, because that pollen is pretty much useless for several hours unless you get some pretty bright sun and a little bit of wind to dry them off, and that's what we've got today. So it's actually within it's close to 2 o'clock, so it's taken pretty much all morning up until right now, until it's dried out enough to where they're finally coming out a lot in big numbers and pollinating my blueberries. And these things absolutely are packed out with blueberries every single year. A lot of them. I've got these 3 big ones. The one here, and then this is the big one. This one here, I've got a problem. It's got an invasive problem connected to it, and I keep cutting them out, and they're so strong. It's got a honeysuckle, it'll probably eventually kill it. And it's hard to kill the problem without killing the host. So I go in there and I'll cut. You can see where the honeysuckle is entwined in my biggest, and you see the green that you see on it is actually the honeysuckle, the wild honeysuckle, and the roots are pretty strong. I'll cut it down at the base, but then just within a month or two, it's back up and growing. So I'm gonna have to get in there and cut it and weaken it to where it'll quit choking out the blueberry. It'll eventually kill it, eventually. And then I got these 2 small ones over here. But these honeybees, if it wasn't for them, I mean, we get gallons and gallons of blueberries. Like I did on that one video about more than you can eat. And trust me, it's way more than you can eat. And see, here's a big old bumblebee right here. See him flying around, but then you'll see 10 or 20 honeybees compared to just the one bumblebee. And the honeybees are faster. They can cover more ground, they can cover more plants, and they can get into the nectar. The bumblebees are big and bulky and slow compared to the honeybees. So that's a lot of difference right there. But they do help. They do help, because they'll get in there in the squash and cucumbers when it's that time of the year for gardening. Big old bumblebees. That's about it. I thought I'd show that and show the importance of honeybees. And if you're a farmer or anything like that and you don't have honeybees, you're missing out. you're missing out on huge crops. That's about it, folks. Don't forget, barnyardbees.com for all your beekeeping supplies, packages, Nucs for 2021 year. Get your order in. Don't forget, click on the little bell, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Barnyard Bees.